and welcome back to Intergalactic. Today we're back in the survival world, and yeah, today I guess we're just gonna start building the base. I need to get some conveyor lines done, stuff like that. But have I dug it out? Yeah, I have. Right, so, alright, we're gonna start from here, I think. I might actually put a cargo container just behind here. Because that, yeah, we'll start here. Grab that. I mean, there is also the fact that I need to kind of get a conveyor line through here. But that should be easy enough. Dig this out. Yep, okay. Let's see what I've got. Okay, no. Is this stationed? I really hope not. It is not. Perfect. We'll bring this in close. Just hover it above the base. Basically just go outside and then immediately get some supplies. Right, I'm also going to ditch everything in favour of just growing. I'm going to go for some of them, and then okay, right. Well, I will put the conveyor line here. Okay, and actually just place some steel tubes. Not tubes, plates. Oh, whatever they're called, armour. Ooh. Yep, okay. Now, I think the best place to start the conveyor line is over hole. Sorry, yeah, I did. It's probably gonna be at the medical bay over here. I don't really hold down. This has to be a conveyor junction. What I want is some more conveyor options. Right now, we're kind of a bit stuck with conveyor options. Like, sure, we have enough to get the job done. Like, we have 3s, 4s. Remember a time... Well, not... Actually, yeah, we do have 4s because we have the pipe. But we're missing some really important ones. Like, I want, like, a 3-way elbow junction. So basically this, but with one going up. Now, of course, there's always mods that solve all of this, but it'd be nice to have it in, like, the base game. As I say, like, the conveyor junction works for it, but the problem is, oftentimes they're limited on, like, servers, because they hurt performance. Because if you didn't know, like the way conveyors work is that they're always checking every direction rather than just checking whenever something's going through. So, and that also extends to cargo containers. So, when you place down a junction, it means that whatever you're playing on, whether it be single player, server, whatever, has to check all 6 junctions. Now, individually, that's fine. It can easily do that. On, like, when there's, like, 10 of them. It doesn't really it doesn't really mean much. But when you got a server with potentially like 20, 30, 40, however many people playing on it at the same time, all building ships, if they're just allowed to go nuts with conveyor junctions, then server's going to start chugging. Which means every server has to set limits for junctions. That's fine overall that's fine. It's good. But having it means that sometimes you're a bit limited on conveyor options because you don't want to use the junctions. So I'd like a few more options. I don't have to be many options, but just like a 4-way of this and like an elbow junction. And maybe even a 4-way that's like it's that and then one on top. Just a few extra. I'm not asking for every single possible direction. That's insane. When you get up to like 5s, at that point you may as well just use a conveyor junction. But just like a few would be nice. Remove the refiner, honestly. But yeah, that's my conveyor rant, however you want to say it. To me, both of them sound weird, honestly. Rant or rant. But yeah, we need like a Most Wanted 2 update, honestly, or at least like a DLC that's Most Wanted 2. I mean, it looks like in the next update we're getting something not necessarily similar to Most Wanted 2, but it definitely looks like there's quite a few, what's it called, like quality of life features. Like, the small oxygen tank is going to be really useful. I never put oxygen in my fighters, or small craft, because the oxygen tank is massive. Like, large grid, yeah, that's fine. That's barely any space. Hydrogen tank obviously has it, and then there's a small hydrogen. Small hydrogen tank, yeah, it's useful in fighters, but it stores barely anything. But I think that's a trade-off that I think is fine. But the oxygen tank, there's this, and it has a very awkward conveyor setup. The large hydrogen tank also is a bit insane. I feel like there should be a 3x3. So I'm being very negative here, honestly, but I think Space Engineers recently has done done a lot of things that I really like. God, yeah, I wish we could get the, I think they have like, oh, whatever it's called, the mapping thing that allows you to like smoothly travel on rocks and stuff. So I wish that was in Space Engineers 1. But stuff like the AI improvements, well, not AI, PvE improvement, that's it, Prototech. I love it. I love the idea of it. If I'm honest, personally don't think Prototech is quite what it turned out to be. I just feel, for me at least, I feel like I don't use Prototech stuff. Like, I don't do it on any of my ships. Like, the Prototech jump drive, for example. I feel like you can just add more jump drives to a ship and get a similar effect, rather than having to go out and get Prototech frames. Or, like, the Prototech battery, I also don't really see the point in. Batteries don't need an upgraded variant, in my opinion. There's certain blocks that I'd love to see a Prototech version of, though. One of them is actually the Prototech refinery. I'm really glad they added that. Because before, there was no way to get, like, more refining. And again, lots of servers have limits on refining. Because, oh, great. I just dumped everything in there. Yeah, lots of servers have limits on refining. So having Prototech refineries, yeah, great. Am I out of... Has it all gone to the survival kit? What's happened? Oh, it's just a bunch of motors I need. Have I got steel tube? Okay, I must have everything I need. Anyway, back on what I was saying. I can't remember. Yeah, Proto Refinery. I think it's really good. I really like it. Oh, oops. A couple of blocks I do wish, hopefully, are coming in the next update. Prototech O2 generator would be really useful, because O2 generators are so slow. Like, ridiculously slow. To the point you need, like, hundreds to fill up a one hydrogen tank in any reasonable amount of time. Like, I don't want a Prototech O2 H2 generator to just, like, basically instantly fill up one. But, like, 4 times, 5 times speed, I don't think that's too much to ask for. Another one, Prototech, I would say ore detector, but that once you're at the point you're hunting Prototech, you don't really need ore detector. You've probably found all the ores you need. But an upgraded ore detector would be nice. I think they've said before, though, they can't really do that, so... and another one for me, Prototech welder. I've made my opinion on this very clear before. I hate welding stuff in Space Engineers. At least anything large. I don't mind fighters, and I don't mind, like, smaller, large grids. But when you start getting to a certain size, you get the problem where you can build however large weldable you want, but it just misses blocks. Always. Using, like, ship welder still doesn't fix it, you still miss blocks. And it annoys me to no end, because then you have to dig through your entire ship just to find, like, a small 1x1, like, a small conveyor junction that, like, is required for your entire ship. Or, like, a hydrogen tank. Or a gyro, God forbid. Where you have to, like, spend hours welding it up. I feel like a Prototech welder, not necessarily faster, just with, like, a bigger radius would be amazing. Those are the two main ones for me. I suppose there's also a Prototech assembler. I know there's already there is a, I think, yeah, it's called the Prototech assembler. Problem with it, it can't produce basic components. That's what we need. That's what I want. Well, I say we need. That's what I want in a Prototech assembler. Not to be able to produce fancy components. I want to just be able to produce basic components, but I can't do that. So I have to... I mean, assembling in the game is not too bad, honestly. It's one of the things that's always been fairly alright, especially with, like, speed. Especially with, like, speeding. Not speeding, like... What's it called? Modules, that's it. Go full speed, you can... And then you get, like, a couple of them, you can mostly produce whatever you're going to need. As long as you're not producing anything too monstrous. So, there's that. So, yeah. I think on the trailer, there was, like, a new Prototech block. It was a reactor, and that really annoys me, because we don't need a Prototech reactor. There's nothing that requires that much power. A large reactor, one of these, produces 300 megawatts. A railgun, I don't know how much a railgun uses, but that's probably the most power-intensive block in the game. And maybe a jump drive. One of those two. I'm just gonna look. Railgun. Yeah, input power. 38 megawatts. With a single large reactor, you could power around... I'll go for like around like 9. And then you just use small reactors to supplement it, and batteries. And then same with the jump drive. Jump drive, max required input 32 megawatts. You could power almost 10 jump drives with a large reactor. You don't need a Prototech one. In my opinion, that would be far better being like a Prototech O2 generator, which just like, it's just needed. I'm actually going to replace this. I suppose the one problem I see with better O2 gens is that with ships, no one just, like, I'm thinking on the minds of stations, but in ships, no one builds like tanks in their grid anymore. They just use they just use a bunch of O2 generators. Oh god. Come on. Why can't I place this? Is it this? Yeah, it was that. Yeah, so I suppose that's the only thing, but I still feel like it could be added. And it wouldn't change the balance too quickly. You'd still need to go and find it. Maybe you could even have it so that if it's on a if it's on a ship, it's less efficient. Like, it does it at the speed of like 2 times. But if it's on a station, it's like 5 times or 10 times, however much. Right, yeah, I don't know why I'm just like flailing around. I have stuff to get done here. What I am excited about is these new cargo ships. They look really cool. I always did find it a bit sad that the cargo ship system in Space Engineers was a bit... yeah. As well as the economy system. I thought economy system was a really good idea, but it just never really worked out. Because there's just no real point to doing it. Yeah, sure, you can get some money and you can buy some resources, but there's nothing to it. Instead of having to go out, mine a bunch of ore, go and sell it, and then buy back components, you just directly turn that money, directly turn that ore into ingots, into components. As well, you can buy ships, but they're ridiculously expensive. To get like a red cruiser, which I think is the most expensive ship, it's like 400 million. Like, that's insane. So hopefully they do something with the economy system, because I really like it. And I really hope it does turn out to be something good. Like, something better with newer updates. Right, okay. So, I've got the main conveyor line after my little run again. I'm actually going to do it back here. I can get behind it. So, I'm going to start welding up the productivity bit of the base. I actually only really need one of the assemblers on one of the refineries. Because the other two, well, the other things I can get from here. I'll just grind them down. Kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Removes them from the base. And also gives me the components to weld up this. Right, so let's start here. Yeah. Right. Oh, whoops. Damn it. Okay, I'm out of computers. Produce me, let's say 2,000 computers. Also get me some more steel plates, I'm going to need them. No, just get me a bunch of components. Not girders. Some melt grids, shouldn't need too many of them. More steel tubes. I'm gonna need some interior plates. How much iron have I actually got? Iron. Nowhere near enough. Alright. Let's go and do an iron run. Oh, yay. It's got components in it, as usual. Where's the outside connector? I put a landing pad? No, I didn't. I put an artillery turret. Alright. I've got some decisions to make soon. Because once I've got this base up and running, I'll probably stay up in space for a while. Like, I don't want to rush down to the planet. Oh, God. Alright, antenna. It's down. Convenient timing. Reaver spawn and it just saved. Just in case something goes wrong. Oh, they do look to be getting quite close. But I don't know if that's just their travel path or what. I don't know what the sort of ranges they can get to. Looks to be just a travel path. I estimate they'll get to about... If they come within 5 kilometers, I don't know if it means that they can, like, see me without antennas. Because I know at 5k, that's usually when they go like beep 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 and like look at rush towards me. But I think that's usually because I set my antennas to 5 kilometers. Or, well, I don't set them at all, and they're just automatically at 5k. So I think that's gonna be another thing. But after I've like built up the base of them, I'm gonna need to set up some defenses. I'd like a little ship like I had back on the ground, the Corvette. Something that's decently combat orientated and take a bit of a scrap. It wasn't massive though, it didn't require too much. In space it's even easier because I don't need to worry about having a ludicrous amount of upthrust. Because I just don't need it. Alright. I know there's iron on that asteroid there, but I think it's like right next to my base. I'd rather not use it up. If I'm honest. Right, let's... Is there any other iron on any of these other asteroids? Please do be. Ice, god dang it. Alright. Is there any iron actually on this asteroid? I remember there was. I swear there was. I think we're good with the Reavers as well. They don't... I am going towards them, but they're not coming towards me. I was a bit concerned that they were just like angling in really close. Yeah, as I slow down, they're slowing down. It should be fine. Hopefully. My antenna's set to 1,000, but it depends if they can just like see you within a certain range without antennas. If they can, that would be quite bad. Because I'd rather not be fighting them. I would want to go and search that asteroid for iron. I'm gonna stick clear of it. God, that weird noise that the engine did. Thought was Gatling fire. How close are they gonna get? They're close enough that their signals are distinguished between each other. Alright, I think I'm just gonna have to mine that iron on my asteroid anyway. I think it's good. I think we're fine. Oh god, I don't want to go within 3k. That's sort of my range of like, don't. Okay, I think we're clear. Hopefully. I really want to get a jump drive capable miner. Or at least a ship, a small like mining barge that I could go and do like a bunch of trips with resources. So like it's got like a couple of, maybe not even a couple of refineries, maybe just like cargo containers. Got a couple cargo containers, that's fine. I go in, I'll go to a bunch of asteroid pockets, mine like a ton of every ore, and then come back, and then I get every ore, and then I don't need to make more runs. That was a bit of a waste of time. But, whatever. We're all good. I can go and stick this in, get some iron refining, hopefully get enough for the base. Where is the base? It's behind me. Yeah, they're going away from me. That's fine. Let's dock up and get this refining. Yeah. So with the base, I'm thinking, like, I want to stay in space for a while. I eventually do want to go down to the planet, but I don't want it to just be like a, oh, I've completed the base. Oh, let's just go straight down to the planet. Like, I want to stay in space for a while. So after I've like assembled this bit of the base, I'm thinking next is going to be establishing some form of space-only ship, which will be like a combat ship, and that I'm thinking the mercenary. Well, I call it a mercenary, but that's a mercenary ship, not a mercenary. So the mercenary, I don't know, what do they call it? Corvette? Frigate? I'd say this is a like, to me, this is a, I don't, it could be a frigate, it could be a light frigate. I'd probably say this is just a regular frigate. Okay, it's just a mercenary wreckage. This, to me, is like a standard size for a frigate, so I don't know what it is in comparison. But it'd probably be a frigate. What I want to do is get that ship decked out, get guns on it, armor, capable of combat. That sits up in space, so that, for whatever reason, if I need some combat in space, I have a ship that's dedicated towards it. Because the frigate I'm using at the minute kind of made some sacrifices. It's got a bunch of stuff it doesn't need, like for space stuff, like the atmospheric thrusters, which are just massive weak points that cost a lot of material. It's got a lot of, its loadout isn't very flexible. It's got just a bunch of assault cannons and some Gatling guns. Like, sure, that can do a lot of work, but it's not very flexible. Boom, boom, boom. I'll do a power. No, actually, because a single reactor will easily be able to power 4. Then speed, speed, yield, yield. What did I do on this one? I just go all speed? Nope. 2 yield modules, a speed mod, and probably 2 speed modules. I doubt 1 power efficiency. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Just going through here, through the broken window that I need to build. So, let's do the assembler first. No, that I'm not going to do a speed, power efficiency module anymore. So, speed. Let's just line behind it. This room isn't going to be pressurized. In fact, most of the base probably isn't going to be pressurized. I mean, it would be nice to make it pressurized, but the problem is, it's just gonna... I never, like, whenever there's like an airlock, I just never bother to use it how you should. It just doesn't matter to me. I don't mind having to use suit oxygen. I never have minded. So, yeah. It will be nice being on Triton when I finally get there, because Triton has a lot of ice. Have I got gold? I have some gold. How much does a superconductor need? It needs... So if I want to build 1, 2, 3, 4... I'd have enough gold. Alright. So as long as I don't... as long as I don't need gold for anything else, other than the yield modules, for now, I'm fine. Did I stick them? Yeah, I did. 3 conductors. Done. Alright. Let's go and get that refinery finished up. Yeah. Number 1 priority isn't to make the base isn't to make the base pretty, it's to make it functional. Right now, it's pretty. Right now it's nothing really, it's just a shell. But I don't want to do anything, like start welding up, say, like, rooms, the 2 rooms I've built, until I've got a base that works. Because having the base functional means I can use that to weld, say, the rest of this. Conveyor line. Oh, that reactor is going to be the next thing. Did I put batteries on this? I can't remember. If I haven't, I probably should. Batteries. I have. That's nice. Just a few batteries. Let's... Do I have enough reactor components? I don't. But I will. Because what I do... Go in here. Do whatever I need. Hello, Mr. Reactor. Take the uranium out of this. No. Base depowered. That's a shame, isn't it? Means all the lights aren't functional. They barely do anything. But go in here. Load up that. And as long as I can find an access port, we're functional. Right. So let's go and grind down those assemblers and refineries. Go and finish that off. And then the base is functional. And I can worry about making it pretty. Speed module, speed module, speed module. Speed module. Is there anything in this assembler? Maybe not. No, there's not. Okay, perfect. Go and weld that up. No, I do not want power efficiency. Alright, let's go and put speed. speed. Yeah, okay. Let's get this. This refinery is going to take a while. After that, I do want to check that everything that I built that has an inventory. When I say built, I mean like completed. Everything that's built has an inventory is connected up. Because I'd rather not finish off the base, weld it up, go to put everything in a cargo container, not welded. That would be quite annoying. Speed. Speed. Yield. Yield. Should have enough. Oh, just enough space. Nice. Now we sit here, wait for this to weld up. I think this is actually a locker, so I might be able to check.
Energy
No, it's
low.
Let's go to the connector. Moment of truth. This grid. Well, let's just see if I. The main thing. God. Damn it. I want to get that done. Hang on, did I actually? Wait, you see, that's probably it. One, I realised I haven't welded this. Two, it's not actually a connection. Like, I built the thing. Oh, yeah, because the connection would be the 202 generators, wouldn't it? So if I grab them. If I build them up. Oh, a heavy frigate. Nice. That should, if I have everything, yeah, except the reactor components. Once I build this, because the reactor connects to the conveyor junction there, this connects to the O2 generator here. And then connect it to the bottom here. Moment of truth number 2. Assembler. Refinery. Or the O2 gen outside doesn't count. We're good. Perfect. So, that's the base, actually, fully, well, not fully, but basically functional. It's got O2, it's got reactor, it's got assembling and refining. The one thing I need to weld up is a swipe gear, but that can be next time. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, stay safe out there, engineers, and happy hunting.